welcome to a very, very important lesson about pronunciation in Swiss German. Let's do it! So what's the most difficult word in Swiss German? Say it. Oh yes, some of you knew it. It is Kuchikästli. And why is that so? Because is one of the most difficult sounds to do in Swiss German. Okay, but you know, what can you do with a word like Kuchikästli? I mean, that means kitchen cabinet. Is that a word you use every day? Not really. So let's learn a few sentences with the sound. First of all, kannst een Kuchen kaufen. That means in German, kannst du einen Kuchen kaufen. You hear it's very smooth in German, but Swiss German is like kannst een Kuchen kaufen. Can you buy a cake in English? So let's try that. Kannst een Kuchen kaufen. Very well, you're doing such a great job. Kannst een Kuchen kaufen. Okay, next sentence. Kom in meine Küche kochen. In German, that would be come in meine Küche kochen. In English, that would be come into my kitchen to cook. Okay, so let's try this in Swiss German. Kom in meine Küche kochen. Try this. Yeah, not bad. Kom in meine Küche kochen. Very good. Okay, shall we try the next sound? Let's do it. So we have the st and sp in German. You use that a lot. In Swiss German, we usually don't say st and sp, but instead we pronounce it st and sp. So people from the north, like me for example, from Zurich, I speak Zurich dialect, well, some mix, okay, but mainly Zurich dialect. So if I write something like, for example, ast, ost, which is a branch, I write it like German, ast, but I pronounce it ost. People who come from further south, they usually write ost with S-C-H. Ost, the way they say it. Okay, so let's try to do a sentence here. Wir machen, sie machen ein grosses Fest. Wir machen ein grosses Fest. That means wir machen ein großes Fest. We make a big party. So, Fest, not fast. We say Fest. Germans would say Fest. Okay, got that? Next sentence. Der Ost hat viel Knospe. Here you have the st and sp, which we pronounce st and sp. Der Ost, say it, hat viel Knospe. The branch has a lot of buds. Buds? Yeah. Or the branch has many buds. In German that would be der Ast hat viele Knospen. Astknospen. In Swiss German, Ostknospe. Okay, shall we move on to the next sound? You're doing such a great job, so I think you're ready for this. Okay, next one. By the way, I wanted to say something. If you would like to have more examples, you can become a patron and you can download a lot of material which will help you get even better at Swiss German. For example, in this video, I would have many more examples. You could learn how to pronounce things. Also, there's a lot of material from other lessons like transcripts or vocabulary lists, you know. Okay, next one is the R. In German. In Swiss German, in the Swiss German speaking part, far away from the French speaking part, we roll the R, like we do r with the tongue. R. And the closer you come to the French speaking part, you use the back of your throat. R. Like in German, you say r. But me, for example, I live in Zurich, in Canton of Zurich. I say r. Okay, let's try a sentence. Das Rad ist rot und rund. In German, that would be Das Rad ist rot und rund. Okay? In English, that is the wheel is red and round. Okay? So, try to speak after me. Das Rad ist rot und rund. Okay? Of course, if I say normally in a conversation, I would say Das Rad ist rot und rund. You almost don't hear it. But to learn it, it's important that you emphasize it. Das Rad ist rot und rund. Okay? Next sentence. Der Robert rutscht auf dem Dreck aus. Robert rutscht auf dem Dreck aus. Robert slips on the dirt. Of course, in English you do German Swiss German most people. Okay, let's try to say it after me. Der Robert rutscht auf dem Dreck aus. Very well. Shall we move on? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's do the next one. If you know German, if you have the letter composition I and E, you know it's usually pronounced as a long E, like Liebe, love, Liebe. But we in Swiss German, we have two versions. Sometimes we say a long E, like Spiel, Spiel, as Spiel, a play, a game. Or Liebe, yeah. Sometimes we say yeah, Liebe. Say it. Okay. Most of the times we say yeah. Okay, let's try a sentence. Ich liebe die Spiele. Ich liebe die Spiele. You see, here in this sentence we have both versions. Okay? Very good. Next sentence. Das ist es leichts Mittag. Das ist es leichts Mittag. Das ist ein leichtes Mittagessen. That's a light lunch. Okay, let's try it. Das ist es leichts Mittag. Very well. Let's try the next sound. Another combination we use a lot is ue. Ue. Say it. I think the A is quite tricky for some people. Ah. Ue. Okay, let's try a sentence. Lueg. Die Buben tun ausruhen. Schau, die Jungs ruhen aus. Look, the boys are resting. Okay, let's try. Lueg. Die Buben tun ausruhen. Very well. Die Buben tun ausruhen. Yeah, you hear that a lot. Lueg, lueg, especially from kids. They always call lueg, lueg, You know, it's important. Okay, next sentence. In case you just lost your cake. That would be so hard for me. Okay, you would say, Ich suche mein Kuchen. Ich suche meinen Kuchen in German. I'm looking for my cake. Okay, let's try it. Ich suche mein Kuchen. Very good. Let's do the next one. Very good. Another thing, and it's maybe quite tricky for some of you, we often use ue. 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 Okay, let's try a sentence. Heute müssen wir Flöte üben. In German that would be heute müssen wir Flöte üben. You see, you just say ü in German, not ue. That's typical Swiss, the ue. Today we need to rehearse or to learn the flute. Okay, let's try it together. Heute müssen wir Flöte üben. Very good. The second one. Grün ist eine schöne Farbe. In German, grün ist eine schöne Farbe. Green is a beautiful color. Okay, let's try it together. Grün ist eine schöne Farbe. Very good. We just have 2 more to go. Okay, next one is the Z. Okay, in English, you say z, z, like a z, very much voice in it, you know. But in German and in Swiss German, we say t, t. Huh? Okay, let's try a sentence. Heute Abend gehen wir in Zoo. Heute Abend gehen wir in den Zoo. Zoo und Zoo. German, Swiss German, same. Okay, in English, this evening? Oh, tonight. Tonight we are going to the zoo. Okay, so let's try this in Swiss German together. Heute Abend gehen wir in Zoo. Very well done. The last one. Can you believe this? The last one. Once you have done this, you will be so good, I tell you. Okay? Next time, your friends and family will be so impressed. Okay, let's do the last one. It is the T. In German, you usually say t, t. Okay? That's also why for us, it's quite how could I call it? It's very strong, you know, a strong language. It's not too soft, okay, except from the k, okay, which is different in Swiss German. But for example, the t is, in Swiss German, you always, if it's a T or a D, you pronounce it the same way. You don't say t, but d, d. Try it. D. You don't really have a after t. You say d. Okay, let's try a sentence. For example, ich tanze im Turm. In German you would say ich tanze im Turm. Tanze, Turm. In Swiss German that's tanze, Turm. I dance in the tower. Okay? So, ich tanze im Turm. Very well, the last sentence. Come on, you can do this. A very nice one, and maybe just keep this one in mind because I'm sure you will be able to use it. Okay, it is Meine Mutter ist fantastisch. Meine Mutter ist fantastisch. In German you would say Meine Mutter ist fantastisch. My mother is fantastic. Okay? Let's try it together. Meine Mutter, you hear again, ist fantastisch. Fantastisch. Fantastisch! You did it! I'm sure after this lesson you will be just so great. Okay, and again,
if you want to be more serious about learning the language, Swiss German, become a patron. You will get a lot of learning material on top of these videos. Okay, so and don't forget to watch my other videos to become even better and see you next time. Tschüss! Ciao!